You know, there's a story for everybody. And the minute there's a story, if there's a little bit of money or an incentive, somebody will take that story and make it go a long way. So I have a story, and right now it's not going really much further than the end of my nose. I wish my nose was bigger. This is one time I wish it would go further too. Everybody wants a smaller nose, and no one knows everything, and everybody knows nothing, but everybody seems to know it all. So everything about the nose, again, the Jewish people. Not to forget, they all look at him for the nose, in all respect, because it's the nose. They say it's a Jew, and watch out, he's got all the money. He's the shark of them all. But I just want to tell you this. I just found one of the players in the rules and how it works. You got to know how things work, because if you get a telephone, you don't know what to do with it. You put it to your ass, it don't work. Your ass only farts. Okay, so that's the AC, which is the angel connection, which can go to man, because it's pure, which pumps the blood, the heart, to the man, which goes over pumps the veins through the spirit to the spirit, which is the information, pumping of the heart, is the blood, is the information to the spirit, who purifies this blood, that sends up the information only of truth, and only truth can go up, otherwise nothing else goes up, so you're sending up the wrong directive to the mind. Okay? The DC is the disconnect. So you have the AC and the DC. Either you have the AC and you're connected and everything is cool, air conditioning, AC, or you're disconnected, DC, discomfort. You know what I'm saying? DC, disconnection, no connection. Who's going to write down the story now? Because all you got is a big mouth and all you do is talk. You don't like to do any work anymore. You don't like to use your hands, so you don't write the story. So you use your mouth to pass the message on. And that's why YouTube is here, and I got the big mouth to do it. Okay, everybody told me I got a big mouth. Put it to good use. Okay, I'll find a way. So you know in the game, either you have a connection or you don't. Either you're connected to your angel or you're not. He can come down with the flow of blood, the blood pressure, the high and the low, and the reason why. Because what goes in the information, when you have a return on the thought that has to go up, that has to be pure, and you have to think quick, because sometimes we have to think quick. But things, when you think quick, you have to make sure you make the right move. So now you have to make the decision of what chance you're going to take. Thinking quick and making the right move has to go with a decision in time and action. And how fast are you to make that proper move? Thank you. This is Raphael 7286. I like where this is going to, because I'm starting to answer my own questions. At the same time, it's all beautiful. Everything's good. I love you. I love you all. I respect you all, because you don't know what I know. If you knew what I know, you'd all want to be like me. And you know what's funny about that? Because I said Stephen would be my protector, and Steve told me for many years, how do you do it? Nothing bothers you. Nothing bothers you. I really don't know why I said that. I thought it was a manipulation he tried on me. Maybe his angel was screwing with him. I want to be like you. I want to be like you, and now I need him because I am a me. He'll probably see me and want to be like me, and he'll want to be my protector because he's a protector of the truth. Because Steve always told the truth. He is saint, even the name of him, of who he is. What God gave him was his name. His name and his title is fair. And that's the man who will help the other man. Okay, because when one leg is down, somebody holds him up for the crutch, and he's 6'6", so I think he can hold me up pretty tall. You know what I'm saying? He's probably the best man for the service, the tall man and the short man. We didn't need the twin towers standing up alike next to each other like twins, because it was the tall man that helped the short man. But it was the short man who had all the info, who had the best story. But it was the tall man that made sure that the story was the true story, so he made sure you went straight. So he directed you because he was taller, so it was easy for him to you. Because if you directed him, you'd fall over his feet. So you'd both be falling over feet, and no story would be any good at all for man. And man's story wouldn't be good for man at all. But we have the story, and we know who's going to save me and help you, help me. Let him know. He works at this trucking company. Tell him to watch these videos, because if he talks to me, no one will believe one word I say. So I have said many, 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 many words. And if you listen to all these words, maybe what I say will have meaning. Like a meaning in life, like the story it tells of what the angel wants to hear for the galactic bazaar of the purity of the raw, which is the war. But on what we see on TV is raw, opposite of war, which is nudity, which is purity, and that is what is going to happen outside of the universe, because that is where God is, where everything is perfect. Because the one man has finally found the truth to perfection, he now knows that everybody can be purified. Everybody has 18 months to follow in his steps. 1.5 times a year. The same 1.5 you got more when you hit the blackjack, when he found the answer on the right day. Now he's telling you on the perfect day. Do you want to know now, or do you want to know later? Sometimes later is too late. And it all depends. How do you perceive the way I say? And what you think and what's in your mind is in your mind. It's not in my mind. So what I think seems to make sense in my mind. And since it makes sense in my mind, I think and I think and I think and I think and I think. No matter how much I think it makes sense in your mind, but I don't know. It's just a guess. I'm hoping it makes sense in your mind, but still it's just a guess. It's a hope. That's why I don't gamble anymore. Because a gamble is a hope. And I've hard enough time hoping that anybody, hope, part of happy, hopey, don't you know happy, hopey, the kangaroo? It's all in the kids' shows. Don't you know Barney Rubble of the Rolling Stones, with the Fred of all the flint, because of all the stones. So he's Fred Flintstones as he stumbles over his feet. All these shows were made to remind us of who we are. We're so clumsy down here without the angel and the truth with us. We only have the message of what to do and the directive. We have to do the rest. Oh my God, we fall all over ourselves, yet we still have 2 feet to stand. We have the 2 feet to stand on, like we have the money in our pocket. We don't know what to do with the money. We don't know what to do with the leg. The one leg to stand on. And that's all man has left in life. Because if they don't build up the Twin Towers and they do build a mosque, it'll only have one leg, because the mosque is one. Counting for the one-legged man. And obviously all man is against it, so it counts for nothing. So then all man will count for nothing. And that's why I tell you that 911 started for me on 911 this year, 2010. Redemption, 2010 in Baccarat, 2010 is 20 is 00, 2 dots of time, because there's a difference between your side and my side for the 2 dots. And then for me, it's 10 is 00, and that's October, my birthday, so it's a perfect year for me. So now it's 00 for both sides. It's coming up to my birthday. I figured out all the clues because I got the 4 directions, and I'm born on the 4th of October. So we know there's going to be a change, because there's a new batter coming up to the plate. And we're changing the pitcher. Has anybody seen the statistics of who these people are before you step up to the plate? Before you step up to the plate to bat for yourself? Don't you want to check up on who you're playing against? The statistics, the standing ovation, the standing of the statistics, that you stand for who you are by playing by your statistics makes who you are. That's why you are the statistic of your own life, and that makes you. And that's also part of baseball, because baseball is the greatest game, because everybody gets a rest in the 7th inning. Like man wants to get to sleep in the 7th inning, because on the 6th inning we still work for the 7th day of rest, as God took rest. So you know the 7th inning stretch halfway. Wow. Now you know a little bit about Harry Carey, because he wasn't Harry Crazy, he wasn't Larry Cadoti, nor was he Larry King, but he knew all about baseball because he was connected. WGN, Worldly God Network, and that's who he worked for in Wrigley Field. Okay? That's where part of the game takes place in Chicago. That's where Oprah Winfrey is, and that's what it's all about, and that's why she's quitting, because she is the opera, the song. She knows about the Galactica, which is a galactic. It is a gala, a dance. She knows she is invited because she is purity, because she has done right on earth, and her direction was well, and she is going to the party. So she must close down all operations on earth, send them off to somebody else, because she's coming to sing for us. Oprah Winfrey is because with her, when you have her, you have all the music, you win, and you are free. And thus you know the gist of the story. But in life, the rest of the story is nothing is free, and you get nowhere with no money. And money has lost all its value in heaven because you get a lot of wear with a big mouth. If your mouth and words speak the truth, your mouth walks. Your mouth walks as it talks. You know what they say? Bullshit walks? Or is it your mouth walks and bullshit whatever? Well, it's true, because my mind is what's making me walk. And the bullshit ain't going nowhere, and I do not remember what the expression is. What that expression is that the real truth and the real value of everything will come from the one who has the mouth, who can speak the truth and not the bullshit. Because the bullshit walks, the bullshit, well, something like that. You know what it is. The bullshit doesn't go anywhere anyways. The truth goes everywhere. And you can write it, then you have to pick it up to read it. But everybody just wants to listen because we all have a lazy ass, so we just sit on it. And the best way, instead of looking at anything, is we lie back, we close our eyes, and we listen to the music. But instead of the music singing the song, I tell you a story, so you listen to me. And my story is good, and you like it, so you listen more. And now you know it all, or you know more. So the more you know, sometimes the better it is. But if you know too much, it drives you nuts. Watch out for the nuts. The nuts are on the road. The nuts have a shell. They have a cover to them. So watch out. They may not be true. The cover may be covering up the rest of the story. That's why the news covers it all up. That's why the government covers it up. That's why you cover yourself up. That's why sometimes man just covers it up. That's why don't forget the blinders when they cover themselves up. When the Jews are praying and they're leaning back and forth, they just want to have the guidance, so they cover the rest of the world out. So they're covering it up, so you cover your head. So that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, because these words come from someone else. I'm just writing them and reading them, and that's all I'm doing. I'm expressing myself for somebody else, from a greater power. I just know what it is, and I'm just telling it to you, and it's easy to tell when you can read the words, when the words are easy to read. Right? Raphael, I'm repeating my name. Everybody's going to get sick. Mrtacpans. Because that's when I say Raphael, my teeth always show. Raphael. But I'm not mad. Be showing the teeth like the wolf, but I'm not mad, Raphael. Take away the O and the A, which is the omega and the alpha, which is supposed to be the alpha omega. But man had to start from the back of the road, from the end of the track, because he had a mark how to get home. So they put it backwards. So instead of in Ronald, they go A-O, Ranald, because everything gets old at the end, right? They reversed it, so it's Ald for Alders, right? Instead of Olders, it's Alder. And I don't know how much I dare anyways. Okay. There's not much time left. Where did I get to? Okay, I'm all mixed up. Anyways, you know I speak the truth, and somewhere down the road, when you ask me the same question, I'll repeat it, because probably I'll remember that I didn't finish the whole story. And if you want the whole story, go to somebody who'll tell you the whole story. And the whole story of the truth is, the matter of the fact is the whole story that moves you is the movie. The reason for Hollywood, because when it moves you, there's more truth to it. There's more feeling, there's more understanding. It moves you. So it is the movie, so it's the truth of the whole story. It doesn't matter if the story is true. It's the story that counts. You understand? Do you understand? It's the story that counts. I got the whole story. Actually, sorry, I don't have the whole, I'm getting the whole story. I'll have the whole story when I get home. Because the rest of the story is when you open up your mail. Your e-mail for your ego. But in this distance, the mail will be by my angel. So I will be in I, or in my, or me. Mon, in French. Home, in the mountains, or Mont. Mont Saint-Sauveur, in the mountain time. Mont Tremblant, the trembling face of the mountain. In my home, my face will tremble if I bring home lies. But then I can't get in. The door won't open. My key is no good. So then I would tremble. But I have no lies. And I'm going back home to my home, where I open my mail, and no one's there, and I have the key, and I'm all alone, and I read it, and I put it wherever I want, and it's my business, and nobody else's, and nobody touches my mail. It's mine. And that's why you go to jail when you touch a U.S. mail. Because it's us. It's our mail. It's all us. U.S. is us. And don't let anybody tell you any different than who you are than the U.S. Because it's all of us. U.S. And that means you. And that's why they wanted you, because they'd be nothing without us. And that's why in the 60s when they put up that sign, they wanted U, because the U made the us, which made the U.S.